Hello again, folks. This time just a short tutorial video on the Stryfe M4 carry handle kit, what it comprises of, and a quick assembly video. You'll get the handle part itself, the vertical control or adjustment wheel, the horizontal adjustment wheel, and the sight end piece itself. Now, how it assembles is, if you want it to be actually physically adjustable, obviously the left to right, the horizontal adjustment is not there. It's a fixed piece, the sight, so it cannot be moved from left to right, but it can be used, be functional for vertical movement. So what we'll do is I'll show you how to make it functional for vertical movement. First thing we need to do is find a small bolt and a small but long enough screw to go through your horizontal adjustment wheel and into the little hole on the side of the unit. So what I'll do is I'll pass that screw through the little horizontal adjustment wheel and screw that onto the side of the piece like that, and I'll come back and show you once that's screwed into place. Okay, so that little horizontal adjustment wheel is now screwed into place on the side there. So now the next step is you need to get a bolt, and it needs to be one that has a thread that is small enough to fit through the holes in the handle loosely, but it needs to be large enough that it will bite into the hole in the middle of the wheel, of the adjustment wheel. I'm not sure the exact size of this one, as it's one I just pulled out of a drawer that I had there, but it's the right size. So now what we need to do is basically thread it through the adjustment wheel so that it cuts a thread into it, and the adjustment wheel essentially becomes threaded to the bolt, and also thread it into the small recess on the bottom of the sight adjustment piece. Don't force it through too far though, because it will break through the front. You can see that I've already stressed it to a point where you can see the stress marks on that sight bottom there. So don't put too much pressure on it. Now what we'll need to do also is to cut it to length so that it doesn't protrude and interfere with your nerf rail. So essentially you only need about 1 inch of actual thread. So you'll need to work out, so we'll need to cut a couple of millimeters off the full length of this so that it gives us a little over 1 inch, so that length there, so that it gives you enough purchase to also thread into the bottom of the sight here. Alright, so what we'll do is put a drop of super glue in the little hole here and thread the bolt into it. Then we'll cut the head off the bolt, and I'll show you how the rest goes together once we've done that. Okay, so I've cut the head off the bolt there, so we're just left with a slightly shortened shaft. Now I've put a drop of super glue into the little hole there, so I'll thread that shaft into the hole and show you what that looks like. Okay, so now we have that glued and threaded into place, so that's that piece ready to go. I'll get a measurement on that actual shaft and put it up on the top, just above the picture here, as to how long that is from protruding from the bottom here. And then what happens is, what you want to do is make sure that when you put it into place on the handle, that when it's in its full downward position, that it doesn't protrude too far into the channel and interfere with the nerf rail, which you can see that obviously doesn't. Now, to assemble, what we need to do is put that into that position there, put your wheel into place in the middle, get it so that the holes line up, and now essentially You will put that into place and then wind the wheel in order to thread it in. You will wind this wheel. Yeah, it's kind of hard to hold my hands out of the way while I'm trying to show you this, so alright, and there you go, that's it once it's threaded down into position, so it's all together. And yeah, essentially you just have to unwind the vertical knob there, and you'll see that the side is actually extending vertically to give you a vertical adjustment. The coarser the thread on the bolt, the more aggressive that adjustment will be, and obviously the finer the thread, the finer the adjustment will be. Alright, so once you've got it all together and what have you, it's now ready to fit into place onto your Stryfe, and essentially it just slots onto the existing nerf rail. Now what you will have to do is, there's a couple of small lugs either side that block this side channel. You'll have to use a grinder or something to take those two little lugs out of either side so that you've got one full length slide, and then the handle will just slide on and click into place, and you've got your M4 carry handle for your Stryfe. Now all you need to do obviously with that is, if you get the M4 dress kit for your Raider stock, chuck that on the back. The M4 barrel attachment kit, once assembled, looks like this. That just goes on the end, locks into place. Banana type mag, or you can use a straight mag and put an angle bottom on it, as someone suggested, and you've got your M4 look Stryfe. So there you go, the Stryfe carry handle. That will be available from hobbymods.net very soon, as well as the M4 stock dress kit and the M4 barrel extension kit. There you go. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next mod. Cheers.